Hello there folks and welcome back to the Neil Robertson Pro Career on Snooker 19. Today is time for part 17 of Season 3 and part 134 of the series as a whole. Today is time to start the Evergrande China Championship. We play today in the last 32. We come back a little bit earlier than perhaps we usually do. We usually in this season come back in the last 16, but it's a very good match in the last 32, so I thought we ought to play this one against Ryan Day. Now we come crashing back down to earth after that brilliant win at the Shanghai Masters, our first victory since the shootout in Season 2. And with that win, I think we really could push on, and I didn't actually realise how big this tournament is in terms of prize money. Now you can already see that if you get through to the last 16, you win 13,000, which is a pretty decent prize pot, and the whole prize pot is something like £750,000. And for the winner, it's 150 grand, and for runner-up, I think it's 75. So it's an absolutely huge tournament. Don't know what a tournament is. It's a huge tournament, and it's a good time to pounce off the back of our Shanghai Masters win. Now, obviously, it's shorter matches here, so we might struggle to get back into that format. I know we certainly did when we won the... What did we win? No, well, we didn't win the Shanghai Masters last year, but when we went out of the Shanghai Masters at the final, we struggled to get back into that short format, but that was probably because of other reasons that I'm not going to delve into today. But the rankings look like this at the moment. If we win £150,000, obviously that will be really good for us. It'll probably propel us back into the top 8, which is exactly what we're looking for. But Judd Trump is very close now to Mark Selby in terms of the rankings. He is the form player, but remember, we've just gone and whooped him 11 frames to 4, so make up your own mind about where we are in terms of our own form at the moment. But in the last 64 of this tournament, we have played one round and we beat Rory McLeod by 3 frames still. A high break of 98 and a match where, to be honest, Rory wasn't in the game at all. So quickly before we get into this as well, let's have a quick look at our record against the man we're playing today, Ryan Day, a player that we've rarely come up against in our Snooker 19 career. We beat him at the Champion of Champions in the first round in Season 1 by 3 frames to 0 and also beat him in Season 2 Shanghai Masters. Looks like in a decider actually by 6 frames, not in a decider, sorry, but very close to a decider by 6 frames to 4. So a good player, Ryan Day. We've got the measuring of him at the moment, and hopefully we can do it again in this shorter match here. Now I appreciate this is a bit more down to earth, not as highly propelled and excited as the Shanghai Masters, but I'd just like to thank you guys that are still here after the Shanghai Masters. The Shanghai Masters series of videos have been brilliant. They've done really well views-wise, at least from what I've seen that have gone up so far. And that's going to be a series of videos that I'm really proud of and really look back off as a good point in this series. And hopefully we can propel from there and make this a good season of videos. Last season we underperformed a little bit, but I honestly think after that Shanghai Masters, that we can really propel ourselves into some form of greatness this year. I really think we can, and hopefully it will start by doing well in this tournament. It's such a big prize pot and seems silly not to go for it. So the first frame of 5 in the last 32, goodness me, it's practically behind closed doors. It's elevated though, I suppose the stands are, aren't they, from that way. But a decent break off from Ryan Down. He leaves the 1 red, but we're going to have a go at it. As you all know, we like to just have a punt. And it's there. Good start.
He would have hoped for a better split there.
It's not a bad split. Can't complain too much.
1.
But all we got to do now... I say all we got to do now. It's more complicated than just all we got to do now. What we've got to do now is just keep our good form going from the Shanghai Masters. We won that, remember, by 11 frames to 4 to who's supposedly the best player on the tour at the moment, Judd Trump. So, we should have the confidence. That being said, we shouldn't have the confidence to be bragging about it too much. That was one match. There are plenty more matches to go for us to be considered a great player in this series. And we've got to keep working at it. Again, we've only won 1 tournament, so we can't start bragging yet. But this could be the start of a very good run for us, so I'm looking forward to that. And if you guys are too, make sure to leave a like down below. But I hope you're all good. I certainly am. Loving my snooker at the moment, it goes without saying. Especially after that cracking win against Judd. But I don't want to dwell on that too much in terms of I don't want to, as I keep saying, I don't want to brag about it, but I don't want to talk about it too much because we can't let that game define us. Yes, it's a cracking point for us in terms of our career, in terms of a milestone, but there's still a lot to do. We're still outside the top 10 in our rankings, that's a problem. And we need to improve that, so... Yes, short term, it's something good to write home about, but...
He'll play this with plenty of power.
More of a long-term focus we need, I think. I don't really know what I was playing there, to be truthful.
13. He's attempting to sink this into the left corner pocket.
It's been a decent start for us, though. Got in first here and we're nice and comfortable at the table.
14.
I know I can get ahead of myself a lot at snooker, so it's important not to. It's important to keep that focus. Not to start bragging and going, oh, look at me, you know, we're the best player on the tour. Sure, it's a fantastic achievement to beat Judd Trump, but goodness sake, in a voice, stop talking about it.
Nicely positioned for the blue here.
21.
The Virtual World Championships would have started by now as well. I'm really excited to see those. PS4 players only, so unfortunately some of us didn't get to be in the tournament. But I'm looking forward to those. It might actually be a few days before this has gone out. I'm not sure. Ooh, pink doesn't go. That was a bad shot. But luckily the blue, mix between pink and blue there. The blue will go just fine. Because I'm recording these well in advance at the moment. Taking advantage of the time I've got off work.
That's a wonderful, wonderful pot.
And the love I've just got for the game at the moment. It's so easy to record these videos while you're in a good rhythm and you're loving the game. And we're looking good in this frame.
That could have finished a little better.
I do agree with that though.
33.
I can't believe we only had a break of 33. Feels so much more. Got to just go all around the table here.
Very nicely done.
That's not a bad shot at all. Hit and hope, and pretty straight on this red. Perfect.
38.
Sometimes just comes off. A lot of the time it doesn't, believe me, but this time it certainly has.
$39. I'm not sure what happened there. That's a poor shot.
Unlucky there.
36.
I think that's end of break. Looks like it is. Oh dear. Oh. If you heard the horses outside going for it there. Getting all excited. That's a potential to be a decent safety though. Not necessarily wants to hit the brown full ball.
Neil Robertson.
Might try and cut this red in.
He's taking the red on.
Oh, he's taking this on down to the bottom. It's already hit the cushion though.
No, not
Nah,
quite.
it was never going to
Pretty
go in
close,
if it's
though,
already hit the
but that
cushion at
won't
that
provide any solace.
point. So we get another chance. It should be a good matchup against Ryan Day.
The colour.
Player who we have got some good results against in the past. But he's a good competitor. Could do with getting this one right
Well,
in
no
terms of the
surprises here with the long pot attempt.
power.
Great pot.
Yep, that's okay.
6.
So how many reds are left here? So there's 6 reds left.
This should be pretty straightforward.
Now 5. And there should be 67 left on the table now, shouldn't there?
7.
So 53 ahead, 67 still on. And again, we've made a bit of a cock-up of this because we're not really going to get any position. So it's not the best snooker in the world, but I think it's probably the best thing to do at the moment. And we've hit that too hard.
Well, he's got it.
Yeah, we still got it. Doesn't hurt to play safe like that sometimes, and it's easy enough to get out of. But as you can see, it leaves an potting opportunity, so
Not what he intended at
best
all.
thing to do really, rather than play an awkward shot. Black won't go, which is a shame, because it's nice and easy to screw for. That's a pity. Tricky shot here, though.
He won't be happy with that.
Said it could have gone wrong. It did. And look at this. We're getting overconfident. That's our problem. I think we can pot anything, and Ryan Day can still come back in this frame. We won one tournament. We're not unbeatable.
Nicely positioned for the yellow here.
So he's going for the pink. Don't know what he's going on about the yellow for. But 59 left of the table now. He's 46 behind. So he can still come back into this. Way too hard, to be honest, for the red. We should have just played it soft and... or maybe even gone to the one to the middle pocket, but hindsight's a wonderful thing.
Decent
Pink
position
gone on
to
black
break
spot
up
now.
here.
8, 13.
Good pot on the red.
14.
So now 43 left.
Going for the left corner pocket.
And 35 behind.
Not the
Don't know what's
shot he was
happened
aiming
there.
for there.
Don't know what's happened there at all. Might be going for the double here. No. Just a good safety. Good shot.
Great shot.
Ryan Day, 18.
Ryan Day, 18. This hasn't got the legs, has it, at all? Needs some help off the cushion, but we're not going to get it. So potting chance again. That was poor.
He's taking this on.
It's going to be a good comeback, though, from Ryan to win this. It's a good red, that was. God, the horses need to shut up. Bloody nay, nay, nay.
8.
Anyway, 27 back with 35 left on the table. He needs this red. And I don't know what's happened there. But where is this red going? Where's the red going?
Ryan Day, 8.
It's almost like he planned that. Unbelievable.
Pace is key with this shot. He doesn't want to overhit it.
Good pot.
Wow.
And that should be the frame. So potential comeback from Ryan Day has been halted. Obviously no reds left for Ryan Day to make the most of, so that's why the frame is over, I would argue.
Well, he's taking it on to the left corner.
Commentators don't seem to acknowledge that though. Usually do.
5.
I don't think I've got my maths wrong.
Tricky shot coming up.
Just had a punt at this yellow and it's a nice shot.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous pot.
But we've survived a bit of a scare there. It wasn't really good enough from us, to be fair. I'll be honest.
Can't see any problems here.
Should have done better. And that is way overdone.
10.
Probably the worst position possible.
Well, it goes. Half a chance here.
About as awkward for each pocket, but it's there. And this, we're making it as hard as we can for ourselves, aren't we? But it doesn't really matter at this point. Does not matter at all.
He's taking this on.
Another good pot.
He'll be
And
fuming
another terrible positional. Absolutely terrible. Goodness me. I don't know what's going on.
He won't want to overhit this.
Oh, we've missed the pink. That's not really a surprise. You know how bad we are at getting out of snookers. But with what? 46 points behind.
Disappointed with that
Now
shot.
40. I don't think he's going to come back to the table.
Neil Robertson, 19.
So we win the first frame. I do feel like we got away with it a little there.
Leaded frame, Neil Robertson.
We need to up our game in the second. And it's us to break.
Taking the lead here.
Thank
A
you.
little bit bloody annoying about this latest update is where the cue ball spawns. Goes anywhere where it fancies. Just random, and I always take my break-offs in the same position, so it makes that a little bit awkward. And surely you'd just always put the cue ball in the same position anyway, if you'd found a technique to break off, but I can't remember where it goes. When it was a default position, I didn't have to remember. Anyway, this is worth a shot to nothing, I'd say.
Very tricky shot.
Can I leave the one on that we go for, and it's a lovely pot.
Quality opening red.
Our potting technique can never be doubted, but a few other things that certainly can be. Just go for this red. That's closest to the black.
He's an expert long potter and he's taking this on. That's well played with the rest.
6.
So well positioned. Rare that we get an opportunity like this. That's about as straight. Don't want it that straight at all.
I think he's playing this with a lot of power.
Nope.
That's an unforced error.
Not on the reds at all there.
14.
I'm going to attempt to get this behind the black. It's not a bad shot.
That's an excellent shot.
I seem to think it's an excellent shot. Well, not quite got the snooker. But he's played a cracking response to that. This could be dangerous. Especially if we don't hit it hard enough. But I think we've just about got away with it. No, we haven't. That red's come off the cushion. It's usually the dog barking in the videos, not horses. Like we live in the bloody zoo. But anyway, he's missed that red. Ryan Day not really living up to his usual standards. Has to be said. I think this red's worth a punt. Again, it only really leaves the one that we might go on to miss here. Ooh. Where's this red going to finish? Middle pocket, I would say. Position for anyway.
To drop this
Yep.
into the middle pocket.
And he's there.
1.
It's perhaps a bit of a misguided shot.
8.
Needs to prove his worth here, but goodness me.
8.
That was a shocker. Can barely get a break in the double digits. But this needs to run. Doesn't quite. Another percent. And probably would have snuck behind the yellow. But he's got another sniff here. Just going for a safety. He's got it safe.
This is a tricky safety.
Ooh, that's way too hard. Again, it's just tricky to judge the pace of the table sometimes. But another chance for Ryan Day, and, you know, it's not great, this isn't, at all. I think against somebody who's more clinical, it could be 2-0 to them at this point.
Now,
Ryan Day's not taken the chances yet and continues not to. I mean, it was a bit of a shot to nothing, sure, but no ideas what's going on with him at the moment. Absolutely no clue. Ah, there's the dog. Knew she'd be there somewhere. Got this back up to bulk. I acknowledge that this red is on. But given his long pot so far, I don't think he's going to get it. Could be wrong. Doesn't leave anything else on there. That's the important thing. Been a scrappy frame so far. No player really taking advantage, and he's just played a shot which leaves him us in a similar position to last time out.
Great shot. That's a really good safety.
Just get it up behind the yellow on the cube on the bulk line. There we go. Can't get to that red now. I'm going to close the window here. Just like a zoo out there. So another safety from Ryan Day, and that's a good safety.
Excellent safety shot.
Back up to the
The safety battle continues.
bulk line again. Poor shot there. But again, long pot. Not been too great at these all day.
Tricky shot here.
Ah, he's potted that one though. It's only a matter of time, to be fair. Not going to miss everything. Oh,
6.
tight red here.
So close, but he's
When he's missed it.
That'll annoy him.
Ryan Day, 6.
It's a tight pot along the cushion.
Here.
Got a chance, and it's there.
Just brilliant. What a shot.
And the cue ball has finished very nicely.
1.
Ryan Day so far at least, has just not been at the races.
What a pot.
This is more like our match against Rory McLeod.
Any better. Superb.
And that's no offence to Rory McLeod, he just never got in it either.
He's aiming for the left corner here. Tremendous shot.
Simply wonderful.
And no, before anybody asks, we haven't turned the difficulty down. I don't know if the red will go after this pink pot, but we'll have to see.
11.
Oh, no, well, pink can't go on its spot anyway, so that's okay.
He's looking to pop this into the left corner pot.
So we need to take this chance now. No more mucking about, no more silly misses.
Wonderful pot.
Need to make sure we go 2-0 up here.
12.
Again, it's been said by the Slistrel. I can now call him Sean the Bus. That's his new YouTube name. He said before that, look, you can only beat the players that are ahead of you, and that's absolutely right. But I can't believe that was a bit of a poor shot. I'm just going to have a punt at this, though. It wasn't that far off, you know. And it's not the worst safety in the world.
Neil Robertson, 19.
He's taking this on to
He's going for that red.
1.
We're just a wee. I mean, you know, I say that Ryan Day's not really dialed in. Neither are we, to be honest.
He'll want this to drop into the centre pocket.
I really just don't get what happens. I don't get what happened. I mean, my mindset doesn't change. I just don't get it. But, ooh, I thought he'd missed the black there.
He just wants to slot this into the middle pocket.
He's not potting anything cleanly, that's for certain. Level on points, though, in the frame, and if he doesn't take this frame, I'll be surprised. But we need to sort ourselves out. Really do. Because we're not doing too well against a Ryan Day that really, the form we're in, we should be demolishing him.
25.
I think the problem is, though, is that we probably do put too much pressure on ourselves. Oh, how close that red to going in. Jesus.
25.
That was unfortunate. Apply the plant on this, though. I don't think he intended for that to happen at all.
1.
Bit awkward positionally here, though, so we're just going to line this up behind the black.
Behind the black here.
I think that was sensible.
Nicely played.
Neil Robertson, 1.
Ooh, I thought he potted the red then. Right, come on.
This should be straightforward enough.
Need to stop being silly and get our A game on now. Just think it's the decider in the Shanghai Masters. Say we should play every frame. Even though, well, in fact that decider against Mark Williams. I think it's that decider against Mark Williams and then we might play a bit better. Good blue though there.
Surprises there. Long pots are his speciality.
He's played that very well.
And if we take the same spirit that won us that match against Mark Williams, we can go far.
Nicely on the blue.
7.
God, she doesn't shut up, the dog. Typical, isn't it? You know, all morning, she hasn't been out there. She's been fine. The second I come to record,
12.
she decides to get outside and cause mayhem. Funny that, isn't it?
It's relatively easy.
13.
She's only barking at air, you know. Nobody there. Just barking at thin air. In an F1 video, it'd be fine, because she'd just be drowned out by the sound of engines and even in Wheelman. But no, in Snooker, she doesn't bark in any other video. No. Just when I decide to record Snooker. It's a talent. It's almost like she wants to watch it. Anyway, yellow's there. Poor position for the green.
20.
So we're just gonna get it back on the bulk line. He's got a chance.
Neil Robertson, 20.
Poor position although, but he's just playing the safety and he hasn't really got one unless he gets lucky here. And there's certainly a chance, certainly for a shot to nothing.
Close, but not quite.
Missed it. And this should be a simple tapping, but it is at the other end of the table, so you never know. Can't see him missing this though.
I think he's looking at the lowest risk escape here.
Maybe he was playing the... Oh, look at this shot! What a pot! Wow,
Tricky shot.
brilliant. I think Ryan Day's just saying hello to us here. Goodness me.
12.
Well, that's going to be the frame for Ryan Day, and that's embarrassing. Some really nice shots played there by him, but
25.
we should be embarrassed by that. That wasn't good enough.
That is the frame.
Can't kick ourselves too much though, as I keep repeating.
A very tight match. Both players refusing to give any ground here.
It's really close, isn't it? You get the feeling one error could be really costly.
Thank you. The third frame.
I don't know whether it is just because we put too much expectation on us. I really don't know.
Well, it goes. Half a chance.
Does make me wonder though. Good starter.
That's an excellent opening red.
1.
He's lining this one up to the middle pocket.
The split looks good to me.
Decent split here. Right, we've got to get programmed to take this chance. If we want to go far in this tournament, we need to take this chance. Shanghai Masters, yes, great to win. Fantastic, a real high, but doesn't mean anything in terms of ranking prize money, and that's our aim this season. To get up the rankings,
Well,
so
he's looking at potting this into the right corner pocket.
this is what we need to do. And where's the cue ball going to finish?
13.
Not well at all. It's not a bad safety though. That'll do.
Neil Robertson, 30.
At least when we weren't able to take that opportunity, at least we said, look, we'll play the safety. It's a good one from Ryan though. In fact, we are snookered. Need to get out of this one then. Gonna play the swerve shot.
He's looks to be playing the swerve shot here.
Should be back up to the bulk line with any luck. I mean, from where we were, that's not too bad.
Not the result he was looking for.
I mean, not the result we were after, sure, but considering our abilities of getting out of them, not too bad. And he's missed the red. That's just sums Ryan Day's day up, to be honest. Not a straight plant either, that's annoying. That's a decent chance though, this.
This isn't easy.
Great
It's an
pot.
absolutely outstanding pot.
He'll be happy with that. Top shot.
1.
Playing this with plenty of power.
How's this going to end up? I think we've got a chance.
6.
Yep. Just needs to get out of there. Oof, we did, just. And this black will just about go. Have to play things at quite close quarters though now. This is getting tight.
That's a beauty.
Brimming with
And even then we've overplayed that a little, and that squanders our position a little bit. No point shedding this frame for Ryan Dane. We want it to stay like that.
He's got nice position on the blue ball here.
It is, isn't it?
15.
Funny, isn't it? I tend to agree with what Neil Folds is saying when I'm playing well. When he makes a negative comment, I tend to disagree. Don't know why that is. Decent split of those reds, but where are we going to end up? Is it just going to be the black on offer or maybe the blue?
21.
If the blue's on offer, you know which one I'll take. I think we can work through this, you know. It's a good chance if we play the right
Pot's on, and
stuff.
he's going for it. Excellent shot.
26.
Bit more awkward there.
27.
Do always like a blue though.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Trickier shot though this. It wasn't well positioned really. But it's there. Good pot.
One of his strengths.
Where's the cue ball going to end up though? Just fine.
32. $33.
So now on the colour, go for that blue. Just told the dog to shut up, so hopefully she responds. Doesn't do the usual thing and leave it 30 seconds and then
To pop this into the right corner.
ignore me. Probably the dog's probably more entertaining than watching me play snooker, but
Really impressive cueing.
yeah, I couldn't see a season with
39.
Toby's dog going to the top. I don't know.
Taking it
Who
on to
knows?
the left corner.
But we're in good form this frame. Should be able to bring this back to 2-1 lead.
This is no gimme.
Good shot.
Outstanding pot. It's right out of the
And a good positional as well.
Superb
Brilliant.
cue ball control there. Ideal position.
42. $49.
Well, 62 ahead. 5 reds left on the table, so this is frame ball.
just this red needed.
That should be it. No real way for his opponent to win the frame now.
This is more like it, to be fair.
Good split. That's really opened the table up here.
God, I'd love to know how Neil folds, knows how good the split is before we even hit the reds. That's a talent. Right. We might as well try and clean these up though now. As we said before,
Taking this on.
not exactly in the best of form, so a good knock around isn't going to hurt us.
What a top shot that is.
58. $65.
If we keep this up for one of the last 2 frames, we will be through to the next round. But we do need to stop mucking about. We can play our best.
71.
This has been some of our best this frame, so we can clearly do it. Just about showing it consistently. It's not like a best of 21, you haven't got all day to get into it.
72.
Best of 5, it's short, snappy,
He's playing for the right
and it
colours.
presents its own challenges.
That's a top shot. Well played.
78.
It's 2-1, ball's in our court at the moment. We've got the lead. This is a potential century as well.
What a great shot that is.
79.
Gonna go with the blue, just make our job easier.
Long pot. Right up his street.
Really impressive cueing.
84.
So after this yellow,
Remaining.
we need... Oh. Not that to happen, really.
86.
Will this green still pass? Yes, it will. Thought it wouldn't there, I panicked. So we need green, brown, that's 7. Blue will make it 98.
Pocket here.
And then pink for the century.
In it goes.
89.
Made a good break of 98 against Rory McLeod. Be good to increase our tournament high break here.
He's got nice position on the blue ball here.
93.
Blue will equal that tournament high break. Always like to play down to the black, if you like, when playing a pink. Like this. Just means you can screw back to a similar position. We get fairly straight on the pink and screw back to a similar position. I know some players like to just do it
98.
nice and soft, get on the pink and then play down the table for the black. But my style is just to do this.
He's looking for the pot. Into
Nice
the
and
right
straight shot, can't really go wrong, not much challenge involved.
century.
And then nicely on the back, on the black. And that was a nice century. This will be a break of 111, so good win for this 3rd frame. And it's there. And if I'm right, I think that was a 2-0 frame. I don't think that Ryan Day got anything there. Wasn't a total clearance though.
Neil Robertson.
And that
Obviously got
is
2 reds and 2 colours beforehand.
So,
But we've got a lead.
run.
And with a player
he has, but it's only
with
a
the
50.
advantage. And hopefully we can extend that advantage
Neil Robertson to
and win the game in this 4th frame. So I think we've been a little bit slow to start, but that break is definitely encouraging. Let's see what Ryan Day's got to back with. Good safety there, not mucking about. Don't leave anything open.
That looks very safe to me.
It does. It's another nice safety, can't complain with that.
The cue ball is finished up in a very safe position.
Another good safety. It's a good safety play here. Where's that red ball going? Right in the line for that pocket. Disappointing. So Ryan Day's got a starter.
This is not easy.
And he's took it. But that position means he's in a snooker.
At all.
1.
Now that feels. I've had that happen to me several times. But leaves the cue ball safe. Good shot.
That's a really good escape and a great result.
Ryan Day, 1.
Could potentially say luck had something to do with that, but it was a good shot nonetheless. Well, there's not too much risk with any safety shot unless you're whacking the reds open, which isn't really a safety. Because the reds are nicely tightly packed. And Ryan Day wants to keep it that way. Going to go for a shot to nothing here though. Oh, it hit the other red. Well, I thought that red might go. But actually, funnily enough, it's ended quite safe. There's a red chance on this red. But is he going to take that knowing it could be his last shot of the game? No, he's not going to take that. But it's hit the jaw, the fatal jaw. Oh, that's unlucky for Ryan Day. Want to make sure that's his last shot though.
That's a pretty poor attempt, really.
This is a good chance now. Not a perfect one, but a good one.
He's playing for the right corner here.
Where's the cue ball going to end up? Not the best for the black at all.
1.
And the blue doesn't go here, so we can't even use our second get out of jail free. And if we'd have looked before, the black never went, so that was a bit of stupidity from us.
Playing this with a lot of power.
The game doesn't like me playing anything that's too hard.
Brilliant pots.
What about that for a positional shot? Perfect.
Well, you say, what about that for a positional? Where's the position?
4.
Can we get to that red in between these? No, this red it is then. Ooh, that needs to stop. That needs to stop. Just about does.
5.
Didn't realise just how hard that was.
Tricky pot coming up.
What a great pot.
It's a good pot. What's the position like? Not bad at all. Brilliant.
7.
Just proves playing with power can help sometimes. Can I open up the reds with some power? Let's hope this goes well. What's the look of the draw? Not too bad.
He'll be unlucky if he's not on anything here.
Neil Folds likes it. Do we?
15.
Yeah, it's not bad. Can't complain with that.
He's aiming for the left corner here. That's a top shot.
He's playing
Good pot.
very well here.
16.
So can we finish Ryan Day off here with this break? Like to think so. But these last two frames, at least seeming how we're playing here, have been quite encouraging. It's taken us a while to get into this game, so we want to avoid that in the next game if we do get through. Not all over yet. Very early on in this fourth frame still. But if we do get through, as I said, we want to avoid that because yeah, we've been a little bit poor today. Bit of a hit and hope there, and it seems to have worked.
31.
Depends if we can get through with this red. We can. Ooh, a little bit too close to the cushion though.
He's left that a little bit more tricky than he would have liked.
Could be a bit awkward here. Not bad on position though. That'll do.
29.
Whenever we decide to play.
This looks pretty simple.
I mean, if I was to do a beginner's guide to Snooker 19, there's not really a
40.
perfect shot you can play there. It's just there. It's just all the practice I've had on this game. You'll know that there's been. I mean, if we base an hour per video, there's been hundreds of hours, or maybe 100 hours plus of
47.
Snooker 19 content on the channel. So all of that playing time, including games that I've played for qualifiers, etc., off camera, you just get a hunch of what to play over time. So unless I was sat here with someone saying, right, play that shot, don't play that shot, and as you witnessed today, plenty of those shots can go wrong. I'm not a perfect player, more an instinct player, trust my instincts, and sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't.
Playing for the middle pocket.
And he just went in, that did.
He's right on top of his game at the moment.
But we're looking good to win this match by 3 frames to 1. So a little bit of a wobble at the start, definitely. But we've got back into this, recovered our form. And there's 5 reds left on the table, so whichever red we decide to play is frame ball.
Just the red required.
You heard David Hendon.
In it goes.
And barring snookers, we've escaped that little bit of a worry
Turning this match.
to go through to the second round, beating Ryan Day by 3 frames to 1. Got to see a chance for another century here. He's not really been up to the task today, as Ryan, to be honest. He's been a little bit disappointing. Thought it'd be a good match, but even when we've played poorly, he only took, I mean, it's some pretty impressive snooker in that second frame to steal it. Some really fancy shots, particularly on the green. But I almost feel like that was a bit of a slice of luck, rather than good old-fashioned classic snooker.
Wonderful shot.
I might be wrong,
75.
but for a player ranked in 17th,
So this pops
it's
to the
really
front
been a
corner.
one-man match. And where's the cue ball? It's okay. I mean, a century doesn't really matter at this point because we have won the match. So we might as well try the opportunistic shot on the brown, see how
An
it
easy
goes.
one, but a half chance.
Ooh, unlucky. And that will be the last match of the shot. He's not going to come back to the table now. He's 75 points behind with 43 left.
Robertson.
And without any further ado, we win the game by 3 frames to 3. 3 frames to 1. I could say 3 frames to 3. How can you win when it's a draw? Goodness me. No good at maths, clearly. But a high break of 111. Not as close as I'd expected that to be whatsoever. I think that total points gap is a little bit affected by that century. But not the best game for us, so we've got to improve. But Ryan Day was very disappointing. And in the last 16, let's see who we've drawn. And it's Stuart Bingham. Brilliant. I haven't played Bingham for a while. I look forward to that. Just the one place above us in the just the one place above Ryan Day in the rankings. Sorry, not above us in the rankings. As you can see, quite a way above Ryan Day, and hopefully he'll give us a good match. I think we've only played Bingham once or twice, so nice to see players that haven't been there for a while be players that we play in events. But hopefully it should be another good game against Ballrun Bingham. One of my favourite players on the tour, actually. Probably second or third behind Robbo. So be a good, well-spirited match. But when the chips are down, we need to win this one to get through to the quarterfinals. So if you're looking forward to that and have enjoyed this video, no, it's a bit of an ask to do both. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment your thoughts about the series, anything snooker based, and subscribe for regular snooker content on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and on a Sunday. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I've been CIJ Gaming. Until the next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye for now.